Oh, hey, it's your boy L.Dre. Come on in. Welcome to the new studio. What is up, my fellow household appliances? Here we are, we're in the new studio, in the new crib that I got, all thanks to you guys listening to my music, watching my videos, all that cool stuff. So super grateful, super humbled to be here. So before we get into the nitty gritty of every single product I have here on this desk, in this studio, first I just want to speak on my design inspiration and everything that I really wanted for this space. If you're familiar with me and you've been a subscriber for a while and you're familiar with my channel, you know that my last studio was in my garage, but I also lived in that garage. If you ever looked at my videos, they look nice, right? Because I had it all set up properly where you wouldn't see any nonsense. If I were to turn my camera a little bit to the right, you'd see a portable closet with all my clothes and a dresser with nonsense on it. If I turned it to the left, you'll see a microwave, a fridge, a bunch of snacks, and also there was no windows. So it was completely dark unless I had the lights on, of course, but there was no natural light at all. So it really got to the point where it was really getting to me. It was hurting my creativity. Everything just felt so cluttered and dark and gloomy, honestly. But I made do, and I worked hard and I got to a point where I can leave that space. So I'm not complaining about it. A lot of people don't have studios at all in their homes or in their bedrooms. So I was super grateful to even have that huge garage space to be in, but there was a lot of downsides. So the main aspects I wanted for this space is for it to be minimal and lively. Basically, I wanted to do a full 180. I wanted it to be super bright, super minimal, no clutter, spacious, and just a vibe. So to stay on that theme, besides the fact that I lucked out and I got a freaking skylight in this house, which is amazing, but also, I just made sure I got bright things, but I also mixed it with black tones. I got this light bamboo wood desk, the wooden monitor stands, the white record player with the white speakers, the light gray rug, the gray couch. So that's really everything I could ask for. I just wanted to be able to make videos during the day with lots of natural lighting and just feel good. But yeah, that was the goal for the space. That's what I always envisioned. Now, the acoustics and everything, they're not that great in here having this skylight, but the vibes are on point. So without further ado, let's get into the desk and what's on the desk. This is a bamboo standing desk from Uplift. I've always wanted a standing desk, and I sort of always wanted it to be bamboo, so the best of both worlds. I went with the biggest one they had, which is 70 inches. I didn't even measure my room first. I was just like, I want the biggest one possible so I can have a lot of space on my desk. It was pretty simple to build, and it's really cool how it works. It has this smart digital keypad where I can either press up and down, or I can set it to my heights that I want it to be. So I press 4, it goes to my standing height already preset. I press 1, it goes to my sitting height. Another cool thing I really like about it is it has these holes, these little grommets. One of them has 2 plug sockets in it. Also, there's supposed to be a little storage thing, but I actually got rid of the storage part so I can keep this hole and have my cords go through that hole for my interface. It also came with this motion board thing. It's like this, you stand on it and you get like a workout in your core when you're standing, so that's pretty cool. It was free. But all this in total, this desk with like a few little accessories, it cost me about $960. So not super cheap, but not super expensive. This is actually like one of the cheapest ones I found for this size and this quality. I was looking at other studio desks, like, music producer studio desks that are like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. And I'm like, nah, I don't need all that. If you've seen any of those minimal home office setup tours, that's the kind of vibe I was going for. Not so much music producer studio, dark, neon lights, panels everywhere. That wasn't the vibes I was trying to go for. Next, let's talk about what is on the desk. So first things first, I got these custom-made cherry wood monitor stands on Etsy. I just really wanted something nice to have my speakers on so I can also have some space under for things. A lot of recording studio desks, they have like the mounts with the racks underneath and have the speakers on it. But since this is just a regular desk, I had to get a little creative. I had these custom made. I don't have any racks or anything like that. I just keep my Akai MPK MK3 here. So whenever I need it, I pull it out, grab a cord, plug it in, and over here I have my laptop, which I will get into in a second. I've been had these speakers. These are the Yamaha HS8s. Phenomenal speakers. I also got these little isolation pads from Amazon for like 30 bucks or something like that. I also got one of those pads for my subwoofer as well, which I don't really use much because I don't know, I'm not trying to have my house shaking and then my neighbors, you know, if there's any Karens in the area, hey, I'm not trying to cause any trouble. On to the monitor. A lot of people have been asking me about this monitor. This is a LG curved 32-inch and it's 4K, so really nice monitor. It's just one cord to plug it in and one cord to plug it into my Mac. Super seamless, and the quality is crisp. But I also got this nice monitor stand that kind of makes it look like it's floating. It's a vibe. Next up here, we have this Blue Compass boom arm. The whole thing I'm trying to do with this, since it's a standing desk, it goes up and down. I didn't want to have anything on the floor because if it's going up and down, I didn't want to have to adjust any stands or tripods or anything like that. So pretty much everything you see on my desk is mounted to the desk. So obviously the monitor is mounted to the desk, but this microphone stand is also mounted to the desk. And the mic I have on it is the Shure SM7B. You may recognize this mic from every podcast you've ever seen, but it's a great mic and it's really good for spaces like this where the acoustics aren't the best because it's a unidirectional mic, which means it records what the mic is faced at. It doesn't record any of the background noise behind the mic, which is great. I really like this arm because as you can see, I can just have it behind the monitor, invisible, and then whenever I need the mic, I just swing it out and start using it. And that mic, of course, is connected to my Apollo Twin Duo. I did a very extensive video on this a while back. I'm gonna put a little card here if you want to see that, but this is one of the best compact interfaces you can get, hands down. It's amazing. I think I got mine for like 800 bucks because I got the Duo, but honestly, if I had to go back in time, I would have got the Quad. So go watch that video if you want to know more about it, but it's a very solid interface. And the next thing I got for my desk to shoot videos overhead is this little iPhone desk mount. I don't shoot that many overhead shots, but when I do, I'll just be using my iPhone. All right, it's simple, it's light. I can just attach it to the back of the desk and have it over. If you've seen my OP1 video, that is what I use. Check that out. You can see how the shots look. Very cost effective. Next, I have this desk mount LED light. This is pretty much the only light I have since I plan on doing most of my videos during the day. It works solid during the night as well. But during the day, I have the light from the skylight and then I have the light right here putting light on my face. I'll show you how it looks when I turn it off. Pretty damn dark, even though it's really bright in here. Turn it back on, we're lit up. So it comes with a cool little remote. It comes with a plug, but since I'm against wires, I actually bought these batteries. You can actually purchase external batteries to slap on it. So I can take this, move it around, walk around with it. Super cool, super compact, flexible, minimal, exactly how I want it. And the next thing I have mounted to my desk is this little headphone stand. So I just didn't want my headphones on my desk. Like I said, I want it to be super minimal. Having it right there, perfect setup. The headphones I'm using are the Sennheiser HD600s. I've done a video on this in the past as well. The best headphones I've ever used for mixing. They're open back. The sound is phenomenal. And just a pro tip, I just recently got this cord for it. It's a shorter cord. If you're familiar with the Sennheiser headphones, they come with these super unnecessarily long cords. I don't know why, but I actually just bought this shorter cord for it. It's the perfect length. Makes it way more simple, no more stepping on my headphone cords and all that other crazy stuff. So if you have these headphones or if you plan on buying them, I'll leave a link to the shorter cord below. Definitely recommend it. So yeah, those are the desk mounts and accessories. Now let's get to the meat of the setup, which is my laptop and the laptop connections, how I made this setup so seamless with just one cord. So the computer I'm using is the 16-inch MacBook Pro. It's pretty spec'd out. I got like 64 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage. I should have got more storage. never underestimate how much storage you might need. The only problems I've had with it so far is just the fan noise. It gets super loud, but it doesn't overheat or anything like that, which is great. And in order to have it with just one cord, it's pretty simple. After doing research on other people's setups that are similar to this, I found the best dock for your Mac, which is the CalDigit TS3. So this is an expensive dock. If you're familiar with the regular dongles that you just connect a few USB ports and an HDMI that I'm used to that are like 30, 40 bucks, this right here is that on every steroid there is. It's like 250 bucks, but I promise you it's worth it. It's plugged in under the desk with a power source, and it has one cable that plugs into the MacBook. And just like the monitor, it has built-in power, so when it's plugged into the MacBook, my MacBook is charging, which is phenomenal. I haven't even seen my charger in a month. But other than that, it has every port you would need. Right now, I have the 4K screen running into it. On the front, it has SD card slots, headphone jack, USB-C port, USB port, and everything else you need on the back. This is how you have a desktop workspace on the go. Because whenever I'm ready to go, if I want to go make beats on the couch, if I want to go to the park, or just take my laptop anywhere, I just unplug one cord, it's already charged, ready to go, and I can just continue whatever I was doing. So I've really been loving this setup. I also have the Apple Magic keyboard and mouse. Now this is something I've always wanted. Like, I've always just been too broke to have it. Although I could have went with something cheaper, but this has been on my wish list forever. So I had to get it. It looks really nice. It goes with the theme of the room, wood and black and gray accents and everything. So love it. Wireless, great battery life. And I would have got the mouse, but I'm a trackpad guy. I'm so used to just using my laptop all the time that this trackpad is perfect. It works just fine for me. And that's my setup. It's working really well for me. I don't even really run into the issue with the fan noise, because now I can just put my laptop further away from my microphone if I want to, and I should be good. And the last thing I almost forgot to mention, my camera setup. So obviously there's a bunch of different ways you can have your camera. What I ended up doing was just getting this small little desk tripod. So pretty much this is what I see when I'm filming. This is the tripod. It gets pretty tall actually, so you know, it could replace your tripod if you don't use a tripod much. But yeah, super solid. I can just plop it on the desk, move it around wherever I want, pick it up, do whatever I want with it. And now for the most exciting part of the video, which I'm sure you've all been waiting for. Who cares about all the cool stuff I have? Let's get to the cable management. Now, I know a lot of you might think cable management is a hassle, you don't want to do it, but I'm hoping that you see how clean and organized my desk is, and it might inspire you to get your shit together, bro. Not only does it look nice and clean, but it's also super functional because I can turn off and turn on my entire setup with just a push of a button. But it's also kind of essential to have your cables in order when you have a standing desk, because you don't want to run into a situation where you press your desk to stand up and your setup is just yanked away. Like, I ran into a similar situation where I made my desk stand up and my mic arm was facing the wrong way, scraped the wall, knocked my panel off, and now my panel has a dent at the bottom and a crack on the top. Yay me. So luckily the Uplift desk actually comes with a lot of cable management tools. There's this little track at the bottom. There's a few of these little cable ties with adhesive that you can stick to stuff. So pretty much what I did was I got a big surge protector, attached it to the bottom of my desk with Velcro, and that's where everything is plugged in. I run the wires through this little track system that's already built in down there, and anything that's kind of hanging, I use those ties to just tie them up, stick it to the desk. I also got these other little Velcro straps that can bring the cords together. Super clutch. Make sure you have these. This is a studio necessity. The link will be in the description. They're super cheap. You can look up more videos online for specific cable management tips. There's like these bigger raceways that you can get on Amazon and stuff like that where you really won't see any cords. But for me, the key thing is there's only 2 plugs into the wall, my subwoofer because it's not attached to the desk, and the surge protector itself. That's it. So when I'm ready to close up, lock everything up, one click of the button, my entire desk turns off. I'm saving energy. Super simple, super clutch. But that's how I'm keeping myself productive, organized, all the hassle of unplugging things, turning things off, setting up a light, setting up a tripod. All that stuff is now done, already ready to go, which leaves more time for me to just be productive and get to the tunes. So as far as organization goes, I got this little drawer from Amazon, but in there I just keep some of my essentials. In the top drawer I have like my external hard drives and a few other things. Second drawer I have some camera stuff, batteries, stuff like that. Bottom drawer, a little bit of files and some bigger things that don't fit in the middle drawer. All my gear I have in this closet over here. So it was tough to fit in this closet, and I hope I never have to take anything out of it because I would literally have to unbuild this shelf. But I got this shelf from Home Depot. Cheap shelf, put it together inside of the closet, and that way I can have all my things ready to go. But that's how I'm storing things, that's how I'm getting things started. I feel like this video is getting kind of long, but hey, it's worth it. On to the next segment, my record player setup. I always tell myself once I get a place, I'm gonna get a sick record player setup and spare no expense. First noticeable thing is the stand. This is actually just like a modern cabinet. I think I got it from like All Modern or something like that. It's a cabinet, I just didn't install the doors. It looks really cool, it looks really nice and modern, and it holds all my records perfectly. Now on to the record player. This is the Project Debut Carbon Esprit SB. Now that's a mouthful, but essentially this is one of their most top tier record players. It costs about $500. I went with this one over the one below it, but with that one, you have to do a lot of complicated stuff to actually switch it from 33 RPM to 45. This one, the RPM switch automatically with the push of a button, and that's really the main thing that drove me to get this higher priced one. Because once you get into the expensive record player world, it gets way more manual. I'm used to my Audio-Technica record player. You slap the record on there, push a button, the needle moves for you, and everything's done. But this is not the same. And I paired it with the Audio Engine A5 Plus powered speakers. So, you know, a lot of record players, they usually get non-powered speakers, but then you have to have all these extra things to power it. I just wanted the power to be built into the speakers, so that way if I wanted to just plug my phone into it or something like that, I could. But I also got the Project preamp to go with it. That way I can sample records and stuff like that, and that's how you connect the speakers to the record player. Like I said, I'll leave the links below for everything, but these speakers sound amazing. They're really good for the price, and you know, I just put my records on and I vibe out. It's a perfect setup. All right, are you still with me? Okay, cool. That's really the most important stuff, but let me touch on the acoustics because I've been having some trouble with that. I do plan on getting more stuff for acoustics, but like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I more so care about the vibes. I did remove a lot of the echo. I mean, as you can probably hear now, there's a lot of echo. I honestly just don't care. Like, my Shure microphone does a great job of getting rid of all the background noise, and also in processing, I can fix things here and there. But for the most part, it's okay. I mean, you tell me, if it's super distracting, then I'll invest in more. But I have some more panels coming to put on the ceiling. These are some thin panels I found on Amazon. They're white, they aren't too distracting, so I put those in the skylight. And I got these panels. These were actually really cheap. I got them from Etsy. They also have a website. I'll leave a link to it in the description, but they just look really good. I got 3 in the front, 3 in the back. They're pretty thick. They have foam behind them, wood panels to like diffuse the sound, and they look really good. And you can also see I have these other panels in the corners of my room. I was actually still trying to figure out where to put these as well, because I want to get stuff that looks good, but I personally feel like just having them sitting there in the corners, it's got to be doing something, right? So I'm just gonna stick with that for now. Also, to help with the echo and the reverb in here, I got this rug. Definitely get a rug, it'll help a lot if you don't have one. I also got this couch from Wayfair. I just wanted a really nice, cheap couch that I can sit on, but it wouldn't cost me too much. I think I got this couch for like 300 bucks. It's velvet, it looks cool, and it's pretty comfortable, and also it helps dampen the sound in here. And for the nightlife, I got this really cool aesthetic Edison exposed bulb kind of lamp. It looks really cool in the background of my videos, and also it gives a nice soft light, which is great at night when I'm not even doing videos, I'm just in here working. I actually did some grown man stuff, you know what I'm saying? We don't do the LED strips anymore. I got smart recessed light bulbs and I installed them into the ceiling. Now, thankfully for me, there was already recessed lighting there. I just had to figure out how to uninstall it, and reinstall the new ones. These are by Lumary. It comes with the app, the Lumary app, so I can just shift through the app, change the color of each one all at the same time. Personally, I think it's a much better look than having LED stripes all around the place, but that's just my opinion. And obviously I would have done something else if I didn't already have the recessed lights built in. But that's all we need to talk about during the day. Let's switch to the night. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope you dig my setup. Now, as I've stated in the beginning, it's not finished, all right? I still have to, like right now, this lighting is all right, but I might need to get some other lighting here on this side or something. I love how minimal and simple I've put everything together so far, but I might need some more stuff to really get that pro look that I'm searching for, you know what I'm saying? But until then, enjoy this video. I have all the links to every product shown in this video that I could find in the description. Now, all the Amazon ones are affiliate links, so if you click those, I do get a little percentage, but why wouldn't you want to help your boy out, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I gotta disclose the information. It's also good for you to know, so make sure you click those links so you can support the channel and we can get more gear to show you guys and review for you guys. And a last little tidbit of like inspiration, motivational kind of stuff. Just remember, when you see these big studio setups, like, yes, they're beautiful. Yes, you love them. Yes, you might be a little jealous of them. I know I have. But at the end of the day, I remember a few years ago looking up studio tour videos and being like, man, I can't wait till I have a setup like that. And after all my hard work, boom, I've got a setup that I really like. I didn't just buy everything at once. A lot of stuff I already had, though I did spend a lot of money when I moved here to really take it up a notch, but got the same speaker, same computer. A lot of the stuff is the same. So I just wanted to close this out with, it's not about the gear. It's not about what you have or what you use. It's how you use what you have. Did that make sense? I think that may have made sense. Stay tuned for more updates. Got some more acoustics coming, keyboard stand, and a few more lighting tidbits. Studio Tour 2.0 coming in a few months. Check back with me, all right? If you like that video, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But yeah, keep streaming the music. L.Dre on all streaming platforms. I'm a table. Don't let anybody tell you what you can or cannot be. Thanks for watching. L.Dre out.